Welcome
Welcome
to Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 15. Yes, I know you guys probably feel like this is a marathon because that's what it feels like to us. But yes, you can all watch it all. Make sure you go back. Watch episodes 12, 13, and 14 before the finale, okay? So thank you for being here, Shade Squad, and all of our new viewers. If you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it and let's see this reveal of the...
Well, we already saw Mecca.
Yeah, we already saw Mecca, but yeah, this was a party for Sheree.
It was very nice.
It was very nice, and
it was giving very much chateau.
And it was great that she, invited the grandbaby in on the party, but it was really for her. But yeah, and what was the name of this episode? It was Spill All Tea something. No.
Sip and Spill the Tea.
Oh, Sip and Spill the Tea. Thank you. Great co-host. She's on it. So thank you guys. Let's get into it. And yeah, let's get shady. Start this episode off. Cynthia is sharing with Kenya that she's officially single again. She's single again. Hey, back on the prowl. Hey,
it don't sound like she on the prowl. She's
nah, she ain't on the prowl. But her divorce.
It sounds like she giving out. I want that old thing back. Is what it's really giving.
Again, she might miss him a little bit, but she gonna move on. She is hot, Miss High Cheekbones Bailey. She will be all right. So anyway, the divorce is final, and she says in confessional that she's been married and divorced quicker than Kenya's divorce, and she basically needs to wrap it up. There's no excuse at this point. Now, Todd is very happy with Drew's performance so far in the movie. She's a real actress, and he loves the fact that he doesn't need to do 11 takes. And I was like,
we're gonna get this done in 10 days.
Right. So Sanya is taking Ducey and Ross with her to the doctor's office to confirm her pregnancy, although she knows it's a little unconventional to tell a child so young, so early in the pregnancy, or just tell so many people in general so early on in the pregnancy. But I get it.
Look, she's like, I feel it. I feel the symptoms. I'm sick. I'm tired. She's like, I feel it. I'm pregnant.
Yes. And so she goes to see Dr. Jackie, and Dr. Jackie...
That's my boo.
You stupid. Dr. Jackie does confirm that she is pregnant. However, she's only 5 weeks. So that's very, very early on, as we know.
What do you have to wait? Like 6 weeks?
No, you're supposed to wait 12.
Oh, 12 weeks.
You're supposed to wait 12 weeks. I mean, we never wait 12 weeks. You have always known, and I have always, and you have always told me before. But
yeah, I know. Look, I say it as soon as I get
right. But the standard, they say, wives' tales. Drop in the comments, Shade Squad. Tell us if you actually believe in this. But old wives' tales says that you're not supposed to say anything before 12.
You can find out what you have in the gender of the baby before you are supposed to tell anybody that you're pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Because so many things can happen, and especially as we learn, they consider her a geriatric pregnancy, which I was like,
yep, once you hit 35, you high risk.
I was like, son, I do not feel geriatric. Okay.
They lower it every year. Not every year, but every few years.
Well, damn.
Yeah, once you hit 35, you consider high risk.
I was like, well, hey, if that lets me find out the sex of my baby faster, then I ain't gonna be mad at it. I'll take it. Y'all can run a couple extra tests.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with being geriatric, honey. It's
because I think because they're running so many tests all the time. That's
the blood test. I'm sure you
right. So
I got it with Ari.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But because even with Jalen, I didn't find out till I was what?
You didn't do the blood test?
I did. They did the special test, but that wasn't until I was like basically around the time I announced my pregnancy. So 12 weeks that I found out.
Oh, well, she said you can get it at 10 weeks. You can get
okay. So yeah, something like that. But yeah,
okay. It's the same time, girl. It's the same time. Don't.
what I'm just saying. So anyway,
Ain't nothing special for being a geriatric pregnancy.
well, look, I just don't, geriatric sounds real,
Oh,
Yeah.
because it is.
But yeah, so congratulations to Sanya. She obviously is pregnant. I would have thought, you know, she knew before she came out on the TV and on but hey, girl, I ain't mad at you.
They're recording the past. Candy said Todd is a true Leo. He likes to be in control of everything. So she learned to, just simmer down, let him have his way, unless it's something she feels super strongly about. Drew is super impressed that, she feeling like, okay, this is like a real movie set. She said, I got a trailer, got a bed, they got an intimacy coach. Because, she feeling nervous. She feeling nervous.
She feeling nervous about this girl on girls.
About this acting scene with this scene, with this female. Yeah. And of course, Candy there, she's like, yeah, it ain't gonna take her much to get comfortable. Please.
Shade Squad, if you haven't already, please make sure that y'all hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
So y'all know I keep my ear to the streets, right? So poor little, I don't know how Rashida got mixed up in this business, but she says that Ty and Drew are vibing real tough. So it sounds like the rumors might be true and that they might be a thing or they doing a thing or I don't know, but they.
Oh, you said Ty
Young and Drew. She said they're vibing, but I thought it was so funny because I was like, you're talking about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. How did Ty? Well, I guess because Ty was on there with Mimi, but even still, I don't know, just dropping tea about Drew, it just seemed real convenient. I was like, well, hey, girl, I ain't mad at it. If you're trying to find your way on to Real Housewives of Atlanta and get you a little friend spot, I'm just saying.
Candy asked her how Ralph is feeling about the script. She said, yeah, I just gave him like a little synopsis, a little overview of the script. She said, he don't need to know every detail. I don't know everything. He doing his job. So she's just hoping that.
Do we know what Ralph does?
I thought he worked in tech. According to Marla. They ain't denied. So I assumed he works in tech.
I just feel like I think work. I'm sure he does something, but I feel like he's also doing a lot of other things when he says he's working.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not.
Or I really don't even think he got to say he's working. I'm hopping in my car and I'm leaving. Bye.
Right.
I'm not even going to tell you where I'm going. Okay. Ask me for a week and then maybe I'll decide to tell you that, I went to South Carolina for a few days.
Right.
He's giving very much, I don't need to answer to nobody. So basically she's just hoping that he doesn't come on set that day. Candy went and told Todd all the Drew and Courtney drama and how it went down and how Courtney called her the B word. Then when Drew came back,
do you see how quick Todd was just like, okay,
yeah, I'm getting back to work. He like,
right, yeah. Usually he be for the tea, but he was so into his movie. He was like, yeah, okay, but
he's like, we trying to get this done in 10 days.
Right.
He's like, we can talk about this at home, okay?
Right.
So when Drew
they are at home.
Oh yeah, I guess technically, yeah.
They are at home.
I guess. So when Drew came back, she said that she was basically Candy was like, yeah, I was telling him about your cousin. She was like, you mean Courtney? Yeah, she's just Courtney now. We dropped the cousin. So Monyetta finally showed her the video and they saw Courtney, basically the scene that I was talking about last episode where she's yelling and she yelled out the B word, but she's pointing at Sanya. So it is confusing because Monyetta was like, why would she call her the B word straight to her face? And Sanya and Courtney still seem to be cool.
Right.
And Drew took it as basically, if I'm the topic of discussion and you using the B word, well, you talking about me.
You talking about me, right?
Yeah. So Candy said, regardless, the conversation needs to be had because according to Courtney, she don't even use the B word. Now, Sheree, she got on another fly ass She by Sheree outfit.
It was cute.
It's cute. She is giving. She's advertising. All right. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go.
If it wasn't $500 for that sweatshirt, I'd get
I
it.
was just about to say I'm gonna have to go check out the website now. I'm not.
If the price, her stuff is cute, it just needs to be reasonable, and it's not. And I think that's why her sales aren't skyrocketing.
Well, somebody paying for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Them She By Sheree checks is clearly coming in because she got the party planners out here.
Oh yeah.
For this sip and see for her glam baby. Okay. And basically, let me tell you something. She said there's a budget, but there's no budget.
Okay. She was
Okay.
gonna her
So listen, so
even though she was asleep most of the time, she was
she cashing something. Now it's day 5 of shooting the pass, and they're doing the sex scene. And boy, oh boy, was Drew looking like she was really into it. I think she did an amazing job. I need to go watch.
Fooled us.
You know what? I need to go watch the movie because it looked like she did a great acting job.
And don't forget, y'all, it is out on Peacock. I believe it is.
Yes.
So
we
shade to look. Hold on, shade to Drew, Miss. I won't unless it's Lifetime or better. I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna get on you, Miss Tubi.
Well,
I ain't gonna get on you. You know, I mean, so basically,
not that Tubi. Y'all can put me on there. Y'all can put us on there. I'm
after
not
shading them.
Mm-hmm. I'm not declining a job, even if it's Tubi.
So Drew is still trying to act like she's not attracted to women, and you know this doesn't come natural for her. And Candy is like, it was the perfect casting. She has nothing to say, and I agree.
Yeah, no, good job, Todd.
He saw something nobody else did, and he wasn't even there for the festivities.
Right,
he just seen it. He'd probably be the one that picking him out for Candy. Huh. She coming home tonight.
You think that's how it goes?
Maybe. She said he let him take control of everything. Okay.
Well, Marlo is out here hosting an event to celebrate successful people who have made it out of the foster care system.
I like this.
I did. I thought this was a beautiful event. Hats off to Marlo. She looked amazing. And everybody that came looked amazing. I love how they were wearing the blue. Which I guess represents like their foster care ribbon, or that's their color. I thought that was dope. Now Marlo is upset that Sheree can't come. And you know, she says as a foster child, it's super important for people to show up for her. So Scott Lee shows up and looking very handsome. I said, okay, Scott Lee.
Sanya was here for whatever they got going on. She was like, I love it. I don't know what it is just yet. Right. But I love it.
And Sheree actually does end up showing up for Marlo.
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna lie to you. When Sheree walked in, Marlo's face she got super excited. Sheree got like I got teary eyed. I ain't gonna lie.
I did too. I was like,
oh my god.
Look, I said that's so dope. And even in my notes, I'm like, that's a real friend. I was like, because she showed up. Even though she got all this stuff going on in her house, and you understand what she has going on in her house, and she still popped. And I was like, that's super dope. So shout out to Sheree for, coming through, even if it was only for 30 minutes.
With the blue.
With the blue, right? So then Sanya arrives early as Sheree's, sip and see, and is impressed with the decor. She obviously realizes that she has spared no expense. Production questions Sheree on whether this is really for Mecca or her coming out as a grandma. Now, she says it's a bit of both. She's, multitasking. And Marlo apparently can't make it because she's heading back to St. Petersburg, Florida for a friend's family member's funeral or something of that nature.
Her best friend and her cousin's grandmother passed away.
Right. You're going to get into Drew and Ralph.
Right. Yeah, that. So it's day 6 of shooting the pass, and Drew is feeling some type of way. That she's like, recording in Candy's personal space. She doing this whole sex scene on her bed and everything, and in her house. And, she said that she really don't want to keep doing little stuff like this. It's from now on, it's got to be Lifetime or above. Because this ain't for her. Girl. Ralph stopped by. Now, he had no problem dismissing Mr. Danny about his seat. He was like, you gonna have a problem squeezing up out of there? I said, okay.
Disrespectful.
I said, well, damn. So basically, she's explaining to him that, this character, Nina, is who she really feels close to. She said she's a wife. She's submissive. And he was like, and a lesbian.
Is there something you want to say?
Right? She was like, no, that's just the backdrop of her character. You just want to know if we kiss, if I kissed a girl yet. And he's like, I mean, we got questions. Did you kiss her? And I mean, the answer is clearly yes. So he's like, well, did you give her any tongue?
Yeah, he seems very interested.
He wants all the details.
Right. All the freaky details.
First of all, wasn't you just sleeping in a whole nother room? Why are you even here? We ain't friends.
Well,
don't be acting like you cool with me outside the house, and then when we get back home, you go to your little respective corners, sir. Get back in your corner.
Oh.
Nope, don't come asking me about no details. Watch the movie when it come out. How about that? It couldn't have been me, because he would look, just like you like to embarrass me, I would have skipped right around you. Danny. We don't even
security. Can we have him removed?
Right? Look, I don't know this man. Sorry for this man.
This man.
Okay. So basically, now she said that she's like, feeling some type of way, that she wished that he would take her profession seriously, even though she was smiling and laughing too.
Right.
Whatever, please. Now, he's trying to get the dirty little details. He was like, okay, so what? Like, she was aggressive and you was like the damsel in distress. And this man is smiling from ear to ear. She's like, I ain't never seen so many teeth in your mouth.
And
then,
I'm sure, especially not lately.
Then it's even more so when he finds out in the scene that the girl went downstairs.
I like how you did that. I like how you did that.
He's like, I gotta see this.
Very YouTube friendly. I like it.
Downstairs. So she was, basically she's just like, she want him to go home at this point. She's like, he's making it into fun and games, and this is my job. He need to get up out of here. Bye. You happy he's even paying you some attention?
That's what I was like. But I guess for her, she's like, I want him to take it seriously. And, they're not at a good place.
That's why he would have had to turn right back around when he walked into my trailer. I don't need none of that energy up in here. So everyone starts rolling in to Mecca Sip and See, and all their nude. Candy, Sanya, and Cynthia are all discussing the movie. Candy is still, creeped out about the sex scene, and
Drew being in her bed.
And, but she was like, but the girl's acting is on point. Okay, I can't be too mad.
Everybody's been singing her praises. She's good at what she do.
Yes. Now, especially if you're comparing her to other people on set who don't act.
That's true.
So, now Kenya.
I caught that shade. But continue.
Kenya, Miss Interior Designer, she walks in and she notices Sheree done spent some money. She said them balloons alone is thousands of dollars. Now, Bob went to go take pictures with Sheree, trying to touch all over her. Get your little nasty, greasy paws off of her, sir. Now, Martell walked in at the right time.
Yeah, he did.
He did. And he looking like, I don't know, Martell. You're a big dude, but I don't know if you could.
Was Bob always not cute?
Yes.
It seems like he's gotten worse as he's gotten older.
Bob was never cute.
Okay. It seems like he's gotten worse as he's gotten older, though.
Some of them do, girl. Especially the ones that was like, living it up in their younger days, and it catch up with them.
Right. Life start lifing.
Exactly. Now, Cairo, he's looking around and he's like, Mom, you went ape crazy. Okay. He's like, I love you. I love this. Like, it's amazing. He's super grateful.
I was going to say, he seems like a very appreciative child.
Yeah. I don't know why. And I love the fact that he's like so, like, mild-mannered.
Right. Right.
Drew pulls up and she hops on the phone with Candy. She's like, yeah, bro, I ain't coming in there. There is somebody here that assaulted me. And apparently she's talking about the assistant, Anthony. She saw him walk.
Anthony, the assistant
Yes,
that had the
Anthony.
drama going and flowing between Sheree and
Anthony.
Drew
No,
for
you
a
can't
very
even. No,
long
you can't
time.
even say Anthony. You got to say Anthony.
Anthony.
No, your mouth can't move. It got Anthony.
Oh. You stupid.
um. So basically, you know, she said she saw him walking through the door when she pulled up, and she felt like the Lord. Listen. What's them people? What's her spirit guides?
Oh, her spirit guides.
Her spirit guides were with her. Otherwise, she would have walked into a trap. So Candy and Marietta, they walk outside to see her. Apparently, you know, she said that she was at a lounge. She was dancing, so she had her shoes off. And she said this dude just, I don't know, I guess maybe he just walked up to her and threw the shoe at her. I don't know. But she feeling some type of way that Sheree invited Anthony. And she was just trying to come there to support her, you know. So she says that, you know, she don't want to be somewhere where she has to constantly look over her shoulder. So Candy's like, all right, girl, I'm going to just let Sheree know for you. So Sheree finally comes out. You know, she tells everyone to come upstairs so she can do the big reveal. Production did ask Sheree why she invited Anthony. Apparently, you know, she says that he's the one that connected her and Martell. So Candy went to tell Sheree what was going on with Drew and why she wasn't coming in. And she was like, well, you know, her and Anthony's cool. But according to Anthony, Drew and Anthony's cool. Anthony, okay, he starts going off. Ain't nobody worry about her. I mean, all over the place, right? So according to Drew, you know, he's like, basically, you know, Candy's going down what happened or whatever. And he said, he was like, no, that he didn't throw a shoe at her first. He said Drew threw her cheap ass purse at me first. And she was like, well, that's not what she said. And he was like, I ain't about to hit no woman. I live for women. Candy said, now listen, I told Trace, I said, listen, Anthony was so passionate. I was so here for Anthony. I was just like, oh my God, like what? That's what happened. Because it didn't sound right. You just walking into someplace and you just don't want to shoot. But I mean, if you live for the drama, you live for the drama, right?
I was gonna say, and Anthony clearly lives for the drama, as we know.
So, right, and plus, I was like, okay. Then when they cut to Candy, I was like, oh, they cut to Candy, and Candy knows she a liar because Candy, she lied on you, right? But Candy wasn't.
Because Candy says, okay, but when do we remember when
like we had our ups and downs?
Anthony was siding with Drew and was talking
she's on side with the person who is not starting all the BS. And clearly that's not Anthony. Anthony's here for all the BS. So she's siding with Drew. And I mean, I guess.
Kenya does see Martell and wants to pull him to the side.
Well, let's say this, because really he could have just completely ignored her, but he did greet her. He's like, hi, how are you? Reached out his hand, and you know.
Well, as Martell is always going to say, because I'm a gentleman.
It's out of common courtesy. Yeah. But I mean, I would like to, you know, give him credit for doing that, because it couldn't have been me. I don't even see you, boo.
That's true. Okay, he could have handled it differently, but basically Kenya says that, you know, she's going to protect Sheree at all costs, and she didn't have a man with her, and so she had to match Martell's energy.
Sheree said, when do you ever?
I loved when Sheree called her out for that. It was like, because let's just be real, we haven't seen Kenya with a man by her side.
You don't have one now.
Even when she has it, like, yeah, so yeah, and then wasn't the last one when she had the friend, and then he ended up getting beat up or something, and he never came back around. You remember the best friend?
Oh, that was a while ago, right?
Right, yeah, he never came back around after that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So anyway, but basically Martell is definitely on some mature stuff tonight, because he extends an apology to her, but then he's like, so you don't think you had any type of like fault, and she's like, well, you know,
if I was defending myself,
right, but if
I will apologize.
One of those
But
apologies.
but then she was like, but I didn't curse at you. But the
And of
Rose
course,
Act determined that was a lie.
we got to run it back, and we all know that that was a lie.
Yeah.
So Sheree finally reveals her beautiful grandbaby Mecca. Kenya really wants a baby now, of course. Poor Mecca is falling asleep in the middle of this reveal, literally. And everyone realizes this is more for Sheree at this point. They're making that poor baby stay up so they can take pictures. I just felt bad for the baby. Like Sheree is really trying to take pictures, and I was like, "What type of grandma are you?" She's like, "Yeah, I know you sleepy, but you're gonna take this last. Keep your eyes."
Let me tell you something. I did at first, but I felt like the attention really wasn't on the baby after a while. It was all on Bob and who the hell he was taking pictures with.
Well, that part.
It quickly
So I don't know if you noticed. So when I was doing my notes, right? So to go to Nels's point, so as they're taking pictures with the baby, they're doing family photos, and Bob pulls this young lady, which they do show walking in. I did spot her when she first walked in. But he pulls her into the photo, and everybody's questioning, like, well, who is this? Is that Bob's girlfriend? Bravo actually puts on the screen Bob's new girlfriend, Candace.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, because in my notes, I was like, who is this girl? And then I was like, oh, and then it pops up and it says Bob's new girlfriend, Candace. And I'm like, and then literally a few minutes later, Bob is explaining, or Sheree is like, hey, Bob, why didn't you introduce me to this chick? Whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, this is my daughter. Mm-hmm. And then they change it. And I was like, oh. And then we all learn that.
You know what though? When I think it was Kenya that said it, she was like, well, no, I don't think so, because she looks like Bob. And then they cut to them standing next to each other. I said, well, they definitely look alike.
So it turns out Bob has another daughter that Sheree had no clue about. She just met her today.
But apparently the kids didn't. I would have felt some type of way.
Yeah, that you didn't bother to. I guess they felt like you ain't married no more. Why should we go hurt our mother any more than our father has already?
He made it seem like he used to take her around when they were younger. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's how I understood it.
I don't know, but that was the big reveal, really, of the night, is that Bob has a whole new daughter. And then I love
the feeling of the tea.
And then it's terrible because you know what? It'd be different if Sheree was trying to speak for him or defend it, but she couldn't because she didn't know anything about it, right? So then the girls, I love Candy because apparently her and Bob have known each other for a very.
She said she knew him since she was 19.
19 years old. So she's like, Bob, I ain't know nothing else about these other kids. And he was like, yeah. And then he starts messing with her. And like, the more he keeps talking, the worse that it got, in my opinion.
Sanya said, I met him once. I don't need to see him again.
Right. Yeah, the more he kept talking, the worse it just got. And it was just like, Bob, just be quiet at this point. And he was like, well, I feel like I'm being interrogated. And it was just a lot. But he took it all in good fun. He can't say nothing because, sounds like he was a little bit of a gigolo with a lot of.
Only because he was a football player, because like we said, he has always been ugh.
Yeah, and and I thought it was really cute. So they kind of end the night, and they're asking Sheree, like, how did you not know about this? And Sheree's like, he ain't never gonna beat you. So,
And that's what it is. And she
right, and ain't nothing.
She's like, my boo was here. He looked good. Okay.
Oh yeah, she did pull Martell into the picture too.
Oh yeah, she said she's like, oh, okay, because she didn't know who she was. She was like, yeah, he pulled her into the picture.
She was like, so I was gonna be petty and pull Martell. I was like, I hope they can edit Martell out of your photos now, because now you stuck with him in your photo. With your glam, baby.
Look, to Candy's point, she had him wear pink like the family. Anyway. She was like, that's your side piece.
And I only come to you with the stuff that I know, but I done heard some things in the streets. I ain't had a chance to deep dive yet into it. I might save it for when Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back. But apparently Ariane is not pleased. And you know, when she is not pleased, she likes to go live. Y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like I said, it is going to be a marathon. So if y'all could please do us a favor. And if you catch 15, whether it be 14, whether it be 13, because y'all going to get all of them tomorrow, I'm going to be working. Okay. But yes, I'm going to bang them all out, give them all to you like a marathon. If you haven't already, Shade Squad, just make sure y'all like all of them. And, but yeah, if you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and IG. And yeah, we will catch you next time for another review of, or the finale, actually, of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Have a good night.